Hi everyone, it's Justine. I hope you're doing great, that you're having a happy Sunday. I've been ill. I'm feeling a lot better and definitely well enough to make a video on a topic that I've been wanting to address with you guys for a long time, minimalism. Based on my work, I get the question super often, are you actually a minimalist? And I think, to be honest, it depends on the area, first off. And then I guess you could say I'm a sort of minimalist in progress, if that's a thing. Is that even a thing? Anyway, because in my job, I have to have so much stuff and my office is always so full that on the private side of my life, I tend to go in the other direction and I buy less and less and I own less and less, really. Here are 10 examples of things that I've completely stopped buying. First thing, buying souvenirs from places that I visit. I used to be that kind of person. Everywhere I went, I wanted a typical thing, maybe food or something physical to remember the place. I don't do that anymore at all. And I'm very happy I stopped doing this. Now I'm looking for experiences that will remind me of that place, and they have to be experiences that I couldn't have at home. So it's a bit challenging, but it's really, really worth it. For instance, in Nepal, I went a few years ago, first time. There, I tried paragliding for the first time in my life. And the place where I did that, near Pokhara, was facing the Annapurna mountain region. So that's the kind of experience that will stay right here forever. And it doesn't take up any space in my house. The next one is coffee to go. Yeah, I lived in New York City, where everyone literally walks with a cup somewhere. So I never really understood how you can walk, drink coffee and actually enjoy it, appreciate it. But that's probably cultural. But what I did do was sometimes get a cup and then go sit down in a park and have my coffee there. Also, I was studying in New York, right? So people sometimes came late to class and the teacher was like, "You're late." And they would go, "Yeah, I know, the Starbucks guy was so slow." It's like part of the routine, but do you really appreciate it? So I decided to stop coffee to go, and I also stopped coffee completely since early November last year. I'm happy to report that I do not miss it at all, because in fact I was a fake. I always had my coffee with milk and sugar. I like the idea of coffee more than the actual taste of it, so I don't miss it at all. Then water in bottles. I live in Germany. Here everyone drinks sparkling water from plastic bottles. If you go to a restaurant, you order water, unless you say, "I want it still," you will get sparkling water. So it's really the standard. They do recycle the bottles, most of them at least, but do you really need to have your water in a plastic bottle? You know, everywhere in the country, you can drink water from the tap. If you want, you can even filter it on top, so it tastes really, really good, really, really good indeed. And you can add with the pressure machine, like you can add gas in your water if you want, so you really don't need bottles. Then fantasy jewelry. By this I mean mass market products that you can buy for less than $30 or euros next door, made in super cheap materials, put together too fast, painted over, whatever, you know, pieces that you will wear just a couple of times that you won't like again in a year from now, because they're super trend heavy. Fantasy jewelry is extremely trendy, so it goes out of trend, or they break and then you lost an earring, so I stopped that completely. Now I want my pieces to be in precious metals, for instance, or in high quality materials, others, or handcrafted, because then you have a piece that's unique, and that's a great feeling because no one but you is wearing that, and I love the idea. So my jewelry box is now very small, very curated. Think of a capsule wardrobe, but for jewelry. Deodorant in a spray format, in an aerosol format. I think that that's the one thing that keeps you dry the longest of all application formats. But I could never really wrap my head around what happens when this thing actually enters your skin and your system, you know. So I stopped using these completely. Now I go for a roll-on or for a stick. There are also deodorant crystals, things like that. Yeah, you can try if you want to. Or I go for natural products from organic brands. The organic market has become so much better in terms of the deodorant category. It's fun to explore and experiment, seriously. And I feel like there's a new organic or natural brand emerging like every week. So no matter where in the world you're living, I feel like now you have enough options to choose from for natural deodorant to really be an option. Next topic, fast fashion. Would you have guessed? I stopped that completely, obviously for ethical reasons. I don't even go shopping as a hobby anymore at all. I think of the exact piece that I need and how I need it. I look for a store or an online store that has it, and then I buy exactly that piece from that place. That's it, and nothing else. Yeah. So it's very curated. As a teenager, I did buy a bit of fast fashion before it was so broadly spread and such a common thing to do as it is now. Before I worked in this industry and got to know what's actually going on behind the scenes before I studied design. And I feel like if you have pieces like this, you should definitely wear them. Not like now that you have them, don't throw them away and they end up in landfill, because that would be counterproductive, right? You can wear them, you can donate them. But as far as I'm concerned, no fast fashion piece has been added to my closet anymore since 2014. No compromise. The next thing will sound very silly, so let me give a bit of context before you judge. Shoes that I can't walk in. Who buys that, right? Do you buy that? Because I've bought shoes in the past that I can't walk in because they were so pretty, because they made such pretty feet, blah blah blah, because the salesperson said, oh, they will become more flexible and more comfortable with time. No, they won't, and they didn't. So now I have this alarm system. When I try shoes on and they're not immediately comfortable enough for me to imagine walking in them for a whole day, I put them back. I don't buy them anymore. I don't care about the soles that you can put in, the blah 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 that you can... No, if they don't work right now, they probably won't ever work for my feet. Processed foods, chicken wings, nuggets, burger things, pre-cut fruits, fries, prepared meals that you only have to put 1 minute in the microwave oven. I don't own a microwave oven. I buy my grocery, I buy the raw materials, fruits, veggies, I cut them, I cook them the way I want. I have better grocery in terms of quality. It's a lot cheaper, and the process of preparing your food makes you appreciate the end result a lot more when you eat it. I promise. Collecting things. Magnets on the fridge from places you've been, for instance. Dolls, pins, mugs. I used to collect mugs that had good designs. I bought one of each sort when I liked it. I have way more mugs than I can ever use. Now, instead of collecting things, I try to collect memories. And instead of just relying on the ones I already have, I focus on making new ones, making new memories. Seasonal items like home decor, think Halloween plastic candle holders, whatever you find in the stores in that season. I find that very tricky because, let's take the example of Halloween. You use all that decoration 1 month per year. It's a terrible use of your money in terms of return on investment, right? And personally, it doesn't fit at all with the rest of my home. So I don't buy seasonal decoration at all. I do buy pumpkins. I cook them. But in terms of home decor, my friends think that my house is very naked. There are walls that are completely naked. It's not that I don't want decoration, it's that I'm still waiting to find the perfect piece, and I won't buy anything that's a compromise until I find that perfect piece. It's not just about saving money, though it's a nice side effect, and I am saving a lot of money. But overall, it's more about getting rid of the physical possessions that don't make me smarter or happier. So I don't know if that kind of behavior can be called minimalism or not, but that's the direction that I'm going for to answer the question. Have you seen Marie Kondo, the new documentary on Netflix with her Tidying Up with Marie Kondo? I feel very influenced by this at the moment. I want to get rid of more and more and more stuff. It's a very informative documentary. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. And now, your turn. Are there things that you never buy, and why? Are there things that you know you buy too often and want to get rid of and buy less of? If you're interested in a minimalistic approach for your wardrobe, I will link here in the corner and down below in the description a video series that I did previously on the topic of capsule wardrobe. That's how it's called. What is it? Is it for you? How does it work? How do you plan? Etc. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe before you go watch the rest. I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.